You know, this is very, very interesting. All of us have the mind, the body, the mind, and the intellect, right? What is the role that they have to play in our life? This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Now, the philosophy of every body is what? It wants comfort, it wants happiness. It wants, khao piyo maja karo. That's the goal of everybody. Saint, sinner, doesn't matter who it is. Everybody wants what? Maximum comfort. And therefore, when people come into the hall also, they first see, the corner seats are always filled first. Have you seen that? Easy to get out. But someone else will want to get in and all. Why should I bother? That's their problem. Isn't it true? So the body is like that. The least amount of... It's so funny. People come for walks. Or they go to the gym for a workout. So they drive up to the health club and they want the parking as close to the gate of the health club. They are going inside for what? Exercising. The funny thing is, but they want the parking as, why? You go a little far and exercise. No, inside the, and outside they can't. Is it true or not? So funny. I tell you, if you look at your life now, you can only laugh and laugh about it. Have you noticed all these things we do? Anyway, so the body, every body, what about it? What's its goal? Khao piyo. It wants to have a great time. Everybody. Now, the intellect in everyone, no exception. Sinner, saint, it doesn't matter who. In every one of us, the intellect always tells us what is right, what is wrong. It's the voice of conscience, whatever you want to call it. They say, don't do this. Do this. I think it's bad. Better not. It's not going to be good. This is the voice, and it's there for every one of us, no exception. It always tells you what's right or wrong. As I said, no, there's a chatterbox right now talking along with me. What she says doesn't make sense. Or it makes a lot of sense. Whatever it is, right now you are, this. So, the mind, the body and the intellect. And between the two, we have this wonderful thing called mind. Now, supposing it happens like that the body says, do something, and the intellect says, yes, then the mind is very happy and everything happens fine. The body says, do something, and the intellect says, no. The body says, smoke. The intellect says, no. Now, the veto power is with the mind. Why give someone else's examples? I'll give my own example. I love fried food, right? So the body says what? What? Come on. Fried food. Bataka vada. Chalo. And the intellect says, Ajay Sanjana lectures, mari jais tu. Don't. Your voice will go off. You'll have problems. Don't. The body says, yes. The intellect says, no. Now, veto power is with the mind. Whatever the mind says will happen. Have you got this point? Whatever. Because then it becomes majority. You got the point? Now, if you understood this, supposing the mind says, chalo na, kya hota hai, so what? And I tell you, people will always help you with this decision. If I say, they will say, Swamiji, you eat na, my husband is a doctor, he'll give you medicine. What does it matter? How? First you spoil your health, then I will give you medicine. What does it matter? You eat na, this is the time to eat. And after all, you're eating in the afternoon, you're talking in the evening. You can do saltwater gargles. You can do this, you can do that. But you first spoil your throat. You get it? So, now supposing you say, okay, I'm going to eat it. And then I have, soup bataka vada. Mudam pani nathi avtu? And now, the intellect doesn't come and side with this. The intellect remains apart and says, I am telling you no. I am telling you no. And 95%, what do we say? Shut up. Let me enjoy. Get out from the scene. Let me enjoy. Is it true or not? Let me enjoy. Don't worry. You don't trouble me. Khawa do ne. Pacha ava kyare more. Let me have. No. It doesn't fight this. It just remains apart. And then what happens? You have it. And then you have a bad throat. It's paining, everything. And that time, the intellect gets a little bit of what? Strength. And because till that time, just shut up. So it keeps us quiet. And then when this throat comes, the intellect says, I told you so. What did I tell you? And at that time, if someone from outside tells you, Swamiji, you should not have eaten, you get very mad at them. Have you noticed? I know it. I shouldn't have eaten. Why are you telling me? Come on now. You put it. Isn't it true? Kids, the body says, let's go for a party, The intellect says, no, you better study, it's your exam and all that. Don't go for the party, forget this party, there'll be another party. No. The body says, I forget it, I'm going for a party. And then the mind says, okay, party. And then what happened? You don't study. And then next day what happens? You give an exam, you don't fare well, and then you fail. And then the mummy is always waiting anyway. She's told 100 times, if you don't study, you're going to fail. If you don't study, you're going to fail, etc. And when you actually fail, the mother never keeps quiet. And I told you, main tane kahu tu. And when their mother says that, the child gets angry and says, I know it, don't tell me anything. Is it true, no? All of you have these scenes 100 times. Not just outside, happens in your own mind all the time. Every person who drinks regularly or irregularly, every day morning, he says, today I won't drink. Yes or no? Every morning, even though they know that they are going to drink, morning, so you will say, I will not drink. બહુ બધા માથા આમ થાય છે ઓડિયન્સમાં. Every day morning the intellect is in this, because that's when it's clear. The intellect is working perfectly fine early in the first thing in the morning. Especially with the headache around, it already says, I told you, and today you are not going to drink. Today, of course, I am not going to drink. Today, no question. Today is going to be the day. I am not going to drink. I am not going to drink. By 12 o'clock in the afternoon, what? Mind has taken over. By 4 o'clock, drink. And by 6 o'clock, what? Swamiji, it's not that I want to drink. The bottle is calling me. The bottle says, come. Once. You understand? So what has happened? You're understanding this. This is what is called a disintegrated personality. This is what is called a disintegrated personality. The mind and the body on one side, the intellect on the other side. The intellect never comes together. It always stands apart and says, no, this is not right. But sometimes this voice has been so much suppressed, it almost feels as though it doesn't exist. But it is there. It is silent. Because it's been told to shut up so often that it cannot this, but it is very much there. But on the other hand, if you say, okay, no batata vada, doesn't matter. After the yajna is over, the last day, please batata vada, okay? Oh, fine. So the batata vada is there. I mean, you don't have it. And the body by itself is inert. It has no will and wish of its own. So it says, okay, if you don't want, that's your problem. Now it comes together, and this is what is called an integrated personality. Are you all with me? This is so important. Most of us have a divorce in our personality. You understand? This mind and intellect, which should be happily married together, are what? Can you imagine if you have an opposition party in your party? There it happens, no? There's infighting in the party, and that's worse than the opposition outside. Do you agree with me? And that's exactly what's happening in us. Here inside us only there is an opposition party. The mind and the intellect are against. And more often than not, who wins? Bolo, the mind or the intellect? Everyone who smokes. Right on the packet it is written, cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Is it true or not? It's on the packet. It's not even. And then, what happens? What do you have to do? The intellect has to be cancelled and the mind takes over. Oh, it happens. And then the mind is so smart and manipulative that it gets all facts and figures of how the lung cancer rate is really not so much. And there will always be such research done, sponsored by the companies. Isn't it? You will always find research enough to support anything that pizza is the best healthy food in the whole world. Is it true or not? There is enough research available. If you don't know, I'll give you. So, what happens? Our mind supports all its decisions and says, nah, intellect doesn't know. So what? Everyone does. Why should we not do? Who cares? No one is looking. Why not? Only once. Who cares? Why should I only be good? Everyone is like that. I also. You see, these are all the reasons we give for what? Not listening to our intellect. Is it true or not? Yes, what happens? So therefore, and who is harmed in the whole process? Please tell me. Who is harmed? Because forget about anything outside, you are a disintegrated person. Forget about anything else. You inside you, there is a split personality. So therefore, this is most desired state for all of us. And whenever this happens, you congratulate yourself, isn't it? I didn't have bata. Thank God I didn't have, others I'd have suffered so much. You congratulate yourself at that time. Ha, I did it. Is it true or not? By these small, little doings of ours, the confidence increases, the intellectual power increases, then the mind starts obeying and you remain what is called self-controlled. Is that okay? Give it that little, this, not big things. Don't decide on big things, little things, and you will see how you start controlling yourself. Okay, now, normally when we start seeing our mind, seeing our own inner thoughts, we see a lot of things which we may not like. It's difficult sometimes to accept that our mind is what it is. There are certain things which are even more difficult than others to accept. Now what happens normally, most of us go into one of these 3-4 modes, and therefore it's difficult for us to come out of our weaknesses of the mind. The first thing that someone does whenever they try to see within is escape or deny. Yes? Bolo. If you see also, you don't want to see it. You find that you are jealous and you don't want to accept you are jealous. Immediately you try to distract your mind and say, no, let's go and have some drink, or let's go and have a party, or you ring up someone and say, oh, let's... Because you don't want to see your mind, don't want to live with the weaknesses of their mind. So you distract, if not anything, you switch on the TV and you, hero, heroine. You don't mind their weaknesses, but you don't like your weakness. Is it true or not? So the first thing we want to do is escape from seeing our mind. Or deny whatever you have already seen. Do you agree with me? In fact, most problems start because of that. Even let's say when a person drinks or something, the first thing that happens is self-denial. The person himself denies and the family denies it and everyone denies it. And therefore, the person never manages to get out of it. So, one is what? Denial or escaping. Then the second thing that happens is justification. What is that? You justify. If someone says, you are like that, if you were in my place, you also would be like that. You don't know what all I have gone through. You just don't know the pressures that are there on me. What pressures? You don't know I have to get up in the morning. What to tell you? And if I don't get up, my wife tells me, why don't you get up? What a pressure. Yes. Isn't it? I am telling you, people with the greatest difficulties in the world that have come, the most, circumstances which we can't even imagine, they come out of it like that. People with no problems make big things of their problems. Have you seen that? Little useless, good for nothing things. Oh, When I was small, my teacher told me like that. And nowadays, this psychology has come into. And as a child, I was abused. Abused means what? My father once slapped me. Arre Rama! I wish he had slapped a few more times. You would have been a better person. Are you understanding what I'm speaking? Some ridiculous justification for everything and anything that we are. I am like that because. I am like that because. And a person who justifies will never, 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 never come out of it. Have you all understood? Because he's already given a cause. So that means something else is to be blamed, not him. Are you with me? If you justify, you will never be able to get out of this problem. I am like that, full stop. Not I am like that, comma. I am like that because. I am like that this. No, I am like that, full stop. Justification. The third thing that a lot of people do, when they see some weakness within themselves, they start condemning themselves. I am useless. I am a born failure. Anything I touch, it becomes a problem. In my life, problems come only to me. God only has one address. My neighbor never gets, only I. See what happens? The day I decide to have a party, that day only it will rain. What is my prarabdha? I am telling you. These type of people also never manage to get out of their weaknesses. Self-condemning, guilty, all the time they're whipping themselves inside. Such people, never. No. And that is also a different form of justification. Will you remember that? So such people cannot get out of these weaknesses. I am like that, full stop. Not I am like that. No, I am like that. Objectively. And the fourth thing that people do, and that because of that they never manage to get out of their weaknesses, identification. I tell you, people of Nairobi now are really, really, really Buddhas. What? What? You have the audacity to sit here, come here and call us. Now what happened? Immediately you identified. All of you? Yes or no? Supposing I had said, people of Nairobi, I have never met an audience like that. The most intelligent, the most elevated. Kya audience hai? Immediately. Now this is a speaker will lie. What happened? Identification. You understand? You identify. And I tell you the way we identify everything. Band besti pagdi. Anything is spoken anyway, immediately. There are some people. You talk of anything under the sun, they will give their own example. But we are not talking about someone else. We are not talking about you. You say, no, this is very good. Then immediately, we had something like that in our house also. It was like that. Arey Baba, let me just talk of this now. Why you are bringing yourself in the picture? Have you noticed that? That, of course, a little bit of this identification with anything. I'll give you examples of that. You'll understand that better. Supposing, this Garba Ras is now, very soon this will come now. So then they'll all do Garba. The kids will prepare for Garbas and all. And then they'll have a performance. And then everyone sits. And then this Garba is going on. And there are some 15 girls dancing. Okay? 15 girls and boys, they're all dancing. What do you think the parents, whom will they look at? Their child, wherever it is going. The other could be dancing beautifully, but there, isn't it? Okay, better example. Supposing, a child is there, you brought here and said, okay, come on, you sing some song or, sing a poem or something like that. So this child comes and says, twinkle, twinkle, little stars, how I... And if it's going on well, never look at the child, look at the parents. It's more entertaining. Yeah. How I wonder what you are up. And then he sees everyone looking at him. The child is all nervous. Up, above. You should see the mother's face. World so high, high. What? You are sitting in the, what are you? Is it true or not? You go to someone's house and the servant would have made all the food, huh? And then you say the food was very nice. They'll say, thank you. Why thank you? You say, thank you. Your servant has made it. Hai ki nahi, bolo? You go and admire a painting in a person's house. Thank you. Oh, you painted? No. But then this painting is good. No. The interior decorator has put it. Not even they've gone and chosen it. Then at least they can say, my taste is good, so I put it. No. Some interior decorator someone has done. And then you paint it. This is called identification. I'm giving all external examples, but I'm talking about something inside. We get so identified. We can't see our own mind. Because it's so close to us, we don't see it in the right perspective. We see it from too much close by, and therefore we don't see it properly. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Like supposing there's a big painting. If I want to see it properly, I have to keep a proper distance and then I'll be able to see it, isn't it? If I come this close and I try to see the painting, my eyes will go cockeyed, but I won't be able to see it properly, right? If I try that like that, I can't see it properly. Similarly, our own mind, if we start identifying with it, we will not be able to see it in its true light. Have you got this point? So what should we be able to do? Be a little objective about our own mind and see it for what it is, accept it for what it is, then act on it. Have you understood this point? This is the way to deal with it. Accept it for whatever it is. It is like that, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Even if the worst is seen, it's no big deal. It can be corrected. In fact, you're looking in the language of J. Krishnamurti, you must have heard some of you, in the language of J. Krishnamurti, choiceless awareness of your mind gets rid of some of its negativities instantly, that moment. If you can just see it for what it is, it doesn't remain like that anymore. Have you understood? The solution is there in the seeing of it as it is. It's a very, very powerful instrument, but I don't know whether we can do it. If we can get rid of all these 4 things, we'll be able to see it as it is, and half the problem is solved there. Have you got it? Now, we are going to take a couple of emotions and analyze them. Because if we know what an emotion is, how it comes into being, we did that with we did that with revenge and forgiveness. Remember, we analyzed it threadbare and understood all the others. So we'll take up a couple of more emotions like that and analyze it so that we can, what? Deal with it. Are you all with me so far? You want me to do this exercise? Which one are we going to take? See, the 3 things which troubles people a lot, and they are very closely related. They are kaka-mama relations. They're very closely. Which are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha. In fact, the Gita says, Trividham narakasyedam dvaram nashanam atmanah kamam krodham tatha lobham tasmade tatrayam tyajet. There is a 3-way gateway to hell. The middle gate is called Kama, and the 2 side gates are called Krodha and Lobha. And therefore, please be very careful. Don't enter. That is because otherwise the entry is straight. Now let me explain this through an example and then we'll analyze these 3. Because many times people don't realize that this is the gateway to hell. Especially Krodha, you may understand. You may understand anger is taking you to hell. But most of us don't even realize that desire takes you to hell. In fact, desire is the mother of these 2. What? First desire comes and then anger or greed. What is desire? Let's say that. Then I'll go into the example. Okay. What is desire? What is desire? Now, are you hungry? Yes? Some of you are nodding yes. Now, what is meaning of hunger? Swamiji, there is an empty space in my stomach. Okay, very good. Now, when did you realize that there was an empty space in your stomach? Swamiji, you just said just now. So, if that empty space was there for yes. Now, there is an empty space, so I feel that incompleteness in my stomach, and therefore I want food. Have you understood this? Yes? What is desire? It is of the nature of I want. Isn't it true? I want. That's the nature of desire. Now, when does this I want happen? This I want can never happen unless there is an emptiness. Agreed? Yes? So, behind all desires is a feeling of emptiness. Are you all with me? This is important. Behind any desire and every desire is some sort of a discomfort, you say, emptiness, you say, incompleteness, dissatisfaction. Something is there. You're not happy with that. For example, you sat for a long time in one position and then there's a desire to move your leg. What happened? This is discomfort. This is comfort. So I want to move from this here to this. Have you got this point? Even the smallest of thing that you do. In fact, let me put it this way. Behind every action, there is a desire. Every action, however small, there is a desire. Do you agree with me? And behind every desire is a feeling of incompleteness. Okay? Now, when do you get a feeling of incompleteness? When does the feeling of incompleteness arise? As some of you said, yes, I am hungry. When did you know that you were hungry? Swamiji, when you said, I realized I was hungry. So before that, was the stomach full? No, the stomach was empty, but I didn't realize because you were talking and we were so absorbed in listening that I didn't realize that the stomach was empty. So, even if there is a feeling of emptiness, but you do not identify with that feeling of emptiness, you do not feel empty, right? So therefore, behind every action is a desire. Behind every desire is a what? Feeling of emptiness. Behind every feeling of emptiness is what? Identification with the feeling of emptiness. Have you understood that? Now, what is behind every identification with the feeling of emptiness? When do you identify with the empty, with the incomplete? When? It's a very, very interesting question. It's a very deep question, it's a very Vedantic question. The solution of it is also a very Vedantic solution. You may just hear it, whether it is possible to apply. We'll talk other things which is very, very easy to apply. But this, keep in mind anyways. Two friends were going, one a very, very rich guy, the other pretty poor. But they were very close and every day evening they would go for a walk. And then they would go to a shop and get themselves some Coke every day and then take walks on the seashore or something and sit together, chat together and come back home. Now once it so happened that when they went for a walk, and always the rich guy paid because the poor guy didn't have money anyways. So when they went, he put his hand in his pocket and he realized that his pocket was empty. He didn't have his purse with him. So now the poor man, he put his hand in his pocket and of course it was empty. There was nothing. And the rich man, his pocket was also empty. Both their pockets are empty. No money. And yet the rich man says, I am rich. The poor man says, I am poor. Why? Very simple question. Bolo. Both of them have empty pockets, right? Yet one man says, I am rich. And the other says, I am poor. Why? Because what? The rich man identifies not with his empty pocket, but his full bank account. Have you understood that? And the poor man, nothing here, nothing there. So he is, have you got this point? If you have understood this, when do you identify with that which is empty, which is incomplete, which is finite. When you don't know, and supposing, in a Hindi movie, okay, in Hindi movie what happens, these two are friends, and then one day it so happened that these friends, they went swimming. Normally they would just go for a walk. So he removed his shirt, and then what does he see? He sees a birthmark on his poor friend's hand. This is Hindi movie. You don't know Hindi movies? What are you talking? He sees that birthmark and he says, hey, this birthmark, you, Arey, mera bhai. You don't know the story? At birth we were separated and you went your way and I, tu mera bhai hai. No. Was this poor man ever poor? No, he was never poor. Now that he knows that this is the brother, all of a sudden he feels rich. Have you got this point? Now what? He was rich, but he never felt rich. Why? Because he was ignorant of his richness. Isn't it true? If you have understood this, you and I identify with the incomplete, the finite, because we don't know our infinite nature. Our infinite nature, we are in ignorance of, so we identify with the finite. And the finite, by very nature being finite, there will always be, I want this, I want this, I want to be complete, if I get one more Coke, I will be complete. One more wife, more complete. So this is the type of thing, I want. This is the nature of desire. Have you all understood? Now, very interesting. When do you actually, and what do you desire? Whatever. Now, it's very, very, again, very interesting. What is this? Huh? My watch, thank you. Now, is it a good watch? Huh? Now what to Swamiji, if your watch, how to say it's not a it's an ordinary, simple ordinary. Anyway, so just to make me happy, say it. Na? It's a nice watch, Swamiji, very nice watch. Okay, fine. Now if I tell you that, you may think it is like that, but this is like solid, whatever, I don't know, gold or, it's priceless and this, etc. Okay. It's got, what? It can be sold in that, Sotheby's or something like that, and it will get you so many this. Okay, then you say, really, my God. Now, first it's a watch. Then you look at it and you say, it's so beautiful, it's lovely. No problem. Till that time, there is no problem at all. It's a good watch. It's a watch and it's a good watch. No problem. It's real also. Of course, it's showing the time. Very much so. So it's a good watch. It's a beautiful watch. Till that time, no problem. Supposing and imagine, this watch costs 1 crore. And there are actually watches which cost 1 crore rupees. Are you aware of that? I have actually seen one watch. They only showed it to me. They didn't give it to me. So, this watch. Now, imagine if this was this 1 crore watch, 1 crore rupees watch. Now, supposing I say today I'm feeling in a very generous mood. After this lecture, I'll give this to anyone in the audience. Now, what happens? Bolo. Till that time, and yes, I know you're not imagining it as a 1 crore, then you know I'll never give it to you. So, you're not thinking. But if it actually happened, then what happens? मेरे को मिल जाए तो अच्छा मेरे को मिले तो नहीं but उसको नहीं मिलना चाहिए whether I get it or not that fellow should not get it he should not something like that. Now this desire that I want comes. Now 3 things have happened actually. First, that this is a watch and it is real. This is the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened, that it is beautiful. It is costly. That's the second thing. Till these 2 things happen, what happens? There's no problem really. And this is also superimposition, that it is good or something. There is not really it is good or anything, it's not there. But you have superimposed the idea that it is good. Okay? You have superimposed the idea. The classic example is one man was running fast from one direction. Another man was running fast from the other direction. Both of them came and dashed against each other. And when they dashed against each other, they said, hey, why didn't you look? And he said, why didn't you look? So both of them realized it was their fault because they didn't look really, and that's why they dashed. So then they said, okay, it's okay, sorry, it doesn't matter. Then they just got a little friendly and says, hey, where are you running? What are you running so much for? So he's saying, I'm going to get married, I'm going to get married. So I'm going to go and meet that girl. I'm getting married. So he's saying, what were you running away so much, Where were you running? He's saying, I'm getting divorced, you see, I'm getting divorced. And I'm running away from my aneurysm. And when they started talking, they realized it was the same girl. What? One was running away and one was running. The object has neither, what? Is neither good or bad. You superimpose goodness or badness on the object. Is it true or not? When you superimpose goodness or badness, still there is no problem. After that, you do this very, very dangerous thing. You superimpose joy or sorrow. The most dangerous thing that we do is we superimpose joy or sorrow. And that is a superimposition. Because an object has neither joy nor sorrow. You superimpose joy or you superimpose sorrow. And then what happens? If you superimpose joy, I want it. Because happiness everyone wants, no exception. We want to be happy. You can't say, I know it is full of happiness, but I don't want it. No. If you say it has happiness, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. And if you superimpose unhappiness, then what? I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid of it. I want to get rid. Have you all understood this? And this thought that this has got happiness or unhappiness makes us do either pravrutti or nivrutti. If it is happiness, I want to go towards it. If it is unhappiness, I want to run away from it. Is it true or not? Bolo. It all happens like mathematics. Cut, 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 cut. So now, when you superimpose, see, when does the feeling of incompleteness arise? When does a desire arise? When there's a feeling of incompleteness. What will you desire? Whatever you superimpose happiness on. Have you understood now both the things? Yes? The feeling of incompleteness, the identification with the incomplete thing has given rise to, I want to become complete. The desire has come. Now what are you going to desire? I desire X, Y, Z, thinking X, Y, Z has got happiness. Have you understood that? No. Supposing I get the object that I desire, then what happens? I want more of it, right or wrong? I like it, it must remain forever, I want more and more and more. Greed comes into play. That is why the younger brother of desire is greed. Have you got the point? Supposing your desire is not fulfilled, then the feeling that you have towards the obstacle on the path of fulfilling is called anger, right? I want to go for a movie and mommy says no. Then what happens? I get angry with mommy. Have you got the point? The one that obstructs. That is why I tell you all this. See, please, unfortunately, we are all so prejudiced against our own scriptures. Every word that I'm speaking right now is from our scriptures. Okay? But if I say I'm going to give you a talk on the Gita, Bhagavad Gita, half of you will run away. So sad. Every word I'm speaking I can quote here, there, everywhere. Kamat krodho vijayate. Sad.